All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. David, do you want to go ahead and just recap the intro again because we're recording?
Hi again. Good morning, everyone. I'm David Erlich, co-GM with Amrit Ocean Resort and Residence in Singer Island, Florida, just outside of Palm Beach. Beautiful area, and I'm fortunate to be part of this amazing project and this development. It is an outstanding next generation wellness destination, lifestyle residence in the wellness and hospitality industry. So thank you for allowing me time to participate today.
Awesome. And Kim?
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stephanie, for this invitation. Cary and I are delighted to be here and virtually. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Collier. This is my husband, Cary Collier.
Hello.
We've been working together in the spa and wellness industry for, business is good. Phone's off the wall right now. We have been working together and living and loving together long time, but still kicking. And please, Cary, for our introduction.
Hi, I'm Cary.
Hi, Cary. That's all we get. That's all we get this morning. Are you that?
Please repeat.
Oh, I was going to say, is that all we get this morning? You're that well known?
So, yeah, we've been very fortunate to be in this industry for since the late '80s, I guess. We're still in our 40s, so we were started young. We started in Texas, and then we lived most of the 1990s in Asia, a lot of the time in Bali, and yeah, we've lived a number of places, from Carmel to Montana, and that's where we've raised our family and our two girls. So glad to be here.
Yes, and we're Blue Spas and Collier Concepts, and just so you know, our daughters, ages 20 and 24, have also chimed in on some future trends. Millennials, the future forward. So glad to share that today.
Well, very cool to have you. So our first question is, how will wellness impact future hotels, residences, and spa concepts? David, do you want to talk about what you're doing with your new project? Because I know wellness is a primary focus.
Sure. Amrit, this specific development is an amazing, almost 13-year development. It's been in growth stages for quite a long time. Our brilliant developer and founder, Philip Barrett, had this vision for more than a decade on this asset. And now more than ever, the world really needs wellness and development and initiatives. And this is coming to fruition later on this year, and we're very excited to be part of it. The wellness integration into residential lifestyle and is not a new concept, obviously. Everyone in the room knows that it's been created in some version or another over the last 20 years pretty consistently, but not always done extremely well. We've got a couple of players in the industry that do a very good job with. We're seeing the demand for luxury lifestyle and residential components really has truly been driven over the last number of years. There's a lot of demand for living in a community that cares about the planet, about the environment, that cares about the same social values that you do as a resident. Not just for having access to amazing spa and wellness experiences within walking distance of your front door, but sharing in a like-minded community that understands how to take better care of themselves from a medical standpoint, from a mind, body, and spirit standpoint. That the entire social aspect influences how we exist and thrive within our environment and our space. Unfortunately, this COVID drama has really brought many in the world together by force, by nature. It's an illustration of how we are learning our neighbors' names and learning how to share the same space with the community that we live in, whereas we may have, you drive to work and come home and you may not always be enmeshed in that around you. We're learning more and more that, we coexist with many other beings on this planet. So learning to take better care of ourselves and thrive in a wellness environment is more important now than ever, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I think it's very valuable what we're all doing. I could ramble on about this project forever.
Awesome. Kimberly, what do you think the impacts of wellness will have, particularly with Belmond and your project right now? Can't hear you.
Let's see. Excuse me, I've been having technical difficulties. Is that better? Well, I want to say good afternoon, and really excited for the future because Kim and Cary, Blue Spa Consulting, is working with Belmond right now, which we have a massive project to build out. And Stephanie, we've talked about this for years. The future of health and wellness is the average traveler is more conscious about how they travel, and they want things in their room that tie into spa and wellness instead of pina coladas. And I think right now what we're going through worldwide, people are really going to need what we do even more.
Okay. Kim and Cary, your thoughts?
Completely resonate with what you're saying, Kimberly, and people will need what we do even more. They're also radical self-care. We'll have a change in how we spa, how we connect, and David, to your point, how we realize our oneness. Sustainability at the forefront. The duration of a good life is all-inclusive, and it connects us all as a planet. So I think sustainability will be at the forefront, it must be, and our connection to wellness as a well world. And the spa absolutely leads this opportunity.
With Belmond, we have massive properties all over the world, from trains to boats to hotels. And with our project here in Anguilla, Belmond is using this as kind of a test model to build more spas throughout all their properties and have a bigger presence. So they're excited to really go into the wellness sector worldwide.
That's great. I think we're going to see a trend in that as well with most hotels, putting a bigger focus on wellness.
Cary, what do you got?
Okay. Thank you, David. Well, something that I want to share, most of what I'm about to say is I wish I could say it all came from me, but it didn't. It came from Trend Hunters, and we will share that. So it's the beginning, I think, some great information from a company that provides a lot of good information consistently. So the idea is acceleration. You take a little idea or a customer experience and make it bigger or smaller, better or smarter, and more exciting. So for example, we're trying to come up with some ideas for a property that's about to open in Las Vegas, as simple as just cold towel service. And the idea being that, meaning it's about to open, in not so many months. So therefore, what we all know in the industry, trying to present just a cold towel either in a bowl of ice or inside of a glass front refrigerator, something nice on a tray, that no longer works. We don't have a solution yet. So that's coming. But more back, but back to Trend Hunters is the idea for me overall is resiliency. So resiliency design, and now more so than ever in operations. So a few of the ideas were, for example, sanitized travel. There is a self-cleaning hotel suite, an example, actually in Copenhagen.
Let's
at
go.
the Hotel Papilia, which fully disinfects themselves daily, every room. And there's bacteria bashing travel bots, things about air quality, aesthetic eco, as far as wearable purification and pollution detecting items. Everything from fashion forward, favorable designs, AI powered pollution wearables. It's cool stuff. So again, we'll send this to you. But lastly, quickly, accessorized purification. So air purifying window curtains, drapery, upholstery, and so on. Pollution absorbing shirts, things for staff, for example, that could be wearing. Self-purifying charcoal fabrics. Currently, this article is from Japan, but a great idea, whether for uniforms, things for staff to wear, for guests to wear as well. So for me, I think we have to, what has happened to us in this new world of these are the days of our lives, that we're going to have to pursue different thinking for an ongoing operation.
It says connection was lost for a moment. You're on
We can
audio.
still hear you.
Can you hear us? Perfect. Okay.
We can hear you, we just can't see you.
That's probably good.
Okay, that's probably good. Right. Good ending. There you go.
Cary's screen. Cary, the next question I wanted to start with you, because I think you have a lot of good knowledge with all the projects you're working on. What do you see as the development side of the industry now?
Can you please repeat, Stephanie? Question was a little garbled. What do we see?
Sorry. For the state of the development side of the industry.
Great question. On all of our minds, of course, it's a bit of crystal ball gazing for everyone, but at least for us and some other colleagues, what we've heard, a number of probably the majority of hotels that have existing operations, for example, Belmond, Capchaluca included, those any capex or renovation projects have gone on hold. A couple haven't. They are continuing on, which is wonderful. But ironically, or interesting enough, for any new build projects, probably over 90% of our projects are continuing on. We've heard everything from, the projects were already funded, the money's there, or some developers are in buy mode and feel like that it's a time to, with some resiliency, that cheap money's out there. Certainly, again, it's in certain times, but at this point, everything is moving forward, and it's okay. Much different than what happened back during the economic crisis.
Yeah, I can chime in on that one as well and support what Cary's saying. Amrit's a good example of that as well, where we're pressing ahead, and our development team, or our developer himself, is very committed to this passion project, and it's of great value to him emotionally, spiritually, and of course financially. But he sees the greater good and what it will bring to the industry and the overall lifestyle community as a whole. So there's no construction stalling going on there. They're building full tilt, and we're very blessed and fortunate that that's happening. And it's an amazing project. So for those of you out there that are in developments, we hope and pray that you're in the same situation, and that your owners, founders, and developers are continuing to inject capital into whatever they need to do to keep your project going. So, like you said, there's cheap money out there too. So if they're solvent enough to borrow, then they should be able to continue with the development.
To add to that, David, that's absolutely it. And it's also essential business. It's outdoors. Construction can happen 6 feet apart from your coworker on a construction site. Here in Montana, it's almost been, on a residential perspective anyhow, as well as business development, they're working quickly and efficiently, and it's all full steam ahead for current construction and all sectors of business.
That's true.
Yep, we made sure they all have all the PPE required, and that they may have shifted to respirators instead of just face masks, whatever the case is. But yeah, the crews work safely, and they love the work.
Sorry, David, go ahead.
I was just saying, they all have their personal protective equipment and they're working safely and appropriately. So it's good to see.
It's absolutely pulled together, and we're even printing 3D face masks with respirators. If anyone's interested, it's really beyond just using fabric. These are N95 respirators, 3D printed, coming out of Missoula, Montana, that we're providing to our healthcare workers.
Lovely. So next, I'm interested in how we're going to be incorporating nature into more of our wellness and spa programs. Who has some thoughts on that?
I do. You know, we had this question to come up from one of our owners yesterday, and you know, for outdoor areas, at least I think it's perhaps stating the obvious still. I hope is that outdoor spaces are safe. It's open air, but I think that the opportunity there it's considering the current environment, that by extending the concept of outdoor areas into future planning, is that in a way it's refuge. So it is, if people are spending more time inside, and now they have a very good reason not to go outside. So the idea of whether for single gender or co-ed spaces to have outdoor areas, I think comes into play. And also the idea of how they're put together. So what are the components of that? What does that look like? I mean, for example, we have a concept, it's Blue Galaxy, which is something that we have from lessons learned around the world, Canada, Europe, Asia, Japan, etc. We're taking from an ancient idea to create wellness scenes within an outdoor area, and that involves water and sun, scenes, and fireplaces, and lots of nature and all that. So it definitely is a social-based concept, and that concept is familiar to a lot of people. However, going back to this idea of acceleration, so considering now where we are, how can we interrogate that idea and then apply that into the current environment? So, if I may, just to take 30 seconds, if I can do that, stop me, is to, on the built environment, panelized construction, a quicker way to do construction is certainly coming more into play now, at least those that we're talking to. And also the idea of air quality. I know that we're outside, but you have to go back inside at some point. So the air quality is important. And even the air quality, how it can be monitored outside as well, especially in confined spaces, perhaps like a hammam, sauna, or steam. There's great companies out there like IQ Air and others that are able to adapt or to plug into these kind of areas. So, water quality is also important, et cetera, et cetera. But now, if we're looking at upholsteries, we're looking at surfaces and other materiality on how can we create this more clean environment. I think that we have to do that. I mean, look, when it comes to air quality, it won't be that long where a customer on their phone with an app will be able to see what the air quality is at your location, whether inside or outside. So I think for our stakeholders in projects, if your air quality sucks, then that's not very good for your open PR campaign or ongoing, obviously.
That's a great point. And how we're seeing consumers make selections in hotels too. They're looking at things that agree sustainability, wellness, air quality. All of those things are important factors in the future.
Attractors, absolutely.
Right. Anything, right.
One thing that we've talked about doing here, and for those that are in the Caribbean with us, know that sometimes growing is hard, and sustainability of plants, because you can't always grow everything you want in our environments. At Cap Juluca, we actually have a greenhouse, which is really exciting, and that helps us grow a lot. And I think now people are understanding about having home gardens is good. So incorporating a wellness aspect where people can go in and do a course with maybe some of our landscaping team and learn how to be growing as well, and tie that into the spa element about taking care of yourself internally as well.
Absolutely. And turning that greenhouse, a future forward thought to that, turning that greenhouse into a self-sustaining energy system. So the solar panels, the air, the purification, the water, the biomass, the end result of food that is not consumed and goes back into creating energy. So we become a whole system, a food energy system. And then you have dining experiences in addition to those classes. Kimberly, you have dining experiences in the greenhouse. You eat fresh food, the enzymes, the life, and that brings us back to nature. And we implement that in our life. And that's where we're at.
I can tell you also to add to that, Amrit, we're right on the ocean, obviously, in Singer Island. This particular development is right on some of the most beautiful beach. And we have incorporated into the wellness menu the spa services, not only a do-it-yourself component, a couples component, but also it'll be an element that you can will use. I love to use thalassotherapy. I love to use anything with ocean, seawater when you can, and you're in an environment to do so. So having worked in the Caribbean, Hawaii, California, being able to be on the ocean here in Florida is a real gem. So if you can incorporate thalassotherapy and use the ocean seawater in a mud, clay, or a seaweed application, and then self-rinse into the sea and then back up to the beach, you know, anytime you can incorporate something like that, that's always a beautiful experience. And having direct beach access from your property, even if it's a luxury resort, residential, whatever type of wellness development it is, it's a very nice feature to have. So we're excited to be offering a hybrid of that as well. So mud, clay, seaweed, specifics, everything all goes back to nature. It's good for the environment. So it's going to be a very fun program.
Can you do that?
Love it.
Like put your toes in the sand on your laptop and imagine you're
Exactly.
So that leads into the next question. Indigenous concepts in our wellness and spa programming. How important is that? And what great examples have you seen of this?
great example.
I can speak for us here in the Caribbean that it is very important to us is to tie in that roots. Anguilla itself as well. Kapjaluka actually means the rainbow god in Taino. So our concept that we're building out has a lot back to the indigenous culture here, which is important to highlight and take that pride.
And for us, I mean,
Also, oh, go ahead, Cary.
no, sorry, Kimberly, please go ahead.
No, go ahead, sweetheart.
Okay. All right. I mean, Kim, we got our start, I'd say for the most part, while working in Bali. We were actually, before that, we were in a mountain rainforest area on Java, not Bali. And, you know, we were thrown into a situation to where the villages that were near where the site was for the resort, they communicated by drums, and they kept time with drums. Our staff came mostly from these villages. A lot of them, you know, didn't know what a fork and a knife and a spoon were, didn't know how to use a toilet. Actually, that was interesting training. But
Western versus Eastern.
so it was, you know, the idea of really honoring heritage and a culture became quite evident, and probably more so in Bali because of the nature of the culture there and the beauty of it. So that lesson, I think we were very blessed to learn that early, and it really changed our lives and how we go about thinking and planning spas. I mean, and also, for example, Kim created the spa menu for the staff at the Four Seasons at Jimbo Bay. We had 18 treatments. That's it. But they were all done very well.
Oh, we paused. There we go.
So therefore, you know, and then from the fabrics, the music. I mean, at that time, we couldn't really import anything into Indonesia, so everything had to be made in Bali. We were lucky to be on the island of Bali, so we're good at it. But everything from treatment tables to to the uniforms, the packaging for products, the products themselves,
Local.
Local music, art, all that, stories, poetry, whatever was thrown into the story. And we didn't really know what we were doing. It just happened. But with a great team, it takes a village to create a great village, I think. So therefore, we were very fortunate to have that around us.
They knew what they were doing. We were just able to activate the local culture. And to your, that's it. And so to your point, Stephanie, Indigenous is going to be part of the travel experience. And right now, if we can't go to Bali, we can't get to Anguilla, we can't get to the beach of Florida or the Caribbean, how do we connect with that? That's part of our future forward, is honoring that culture and the Indigenous virtually as well as when we can be there. And again, connecting us to one world. One world.
It's great. We're all connected. So here's a question that's relevant now. Will we continue to see a rise in group or communal spa activities, or what will be the way forward with that?
I think the spa name is going to be 6 feet apart, or maybe 2 meters. Yeah, back off, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that, everyone wants to get back to that connection and that life. And co-ed spaces are vital, I believe, for all of our spas.
Yeah, and recently, just being here in Montana, we were out near Glacier Park, and I ran into some people, and the conversation was interesting because just to hear other humans' voices. I mean, I know we're talking on the phone, but to see other humans and talk to them it seemed strange, in a way. So that's weird, right? But I think for spas, we definitely need the human connection. I think that we're starting to miss it for some anyway. And so for all of us, I believe that yes, communal spaces have been a driving force in how we plan spas. But I do think that at least we're having to consider it. It's just because we have planning that's coming up for us, we have to deal with soon, and we have owners that are concerned and others. So therefore, we're trying to, and this goes back to the acceleration idea. How do we take an idea that has been familiar to us and then throw it out the window, but come back and reshape it? So that's the process that we're going through now. I'll just throw a few things up on the wall, but we are looking at some type of disinfecting stations that don't come across as clinical. How can we do that in a way to where, whether it's checking a temperature or it is, it's just getting someone through, they've come through some sort of portal into the spa, somewhere. We're not sure yet, but a way that either from clothing and how that's dealt in locker rooms, sort of robes, towels, and so on, are all being considered on how that's done. So more, for example, if you've been outside, coming back to inside, there may be another station to take off robe, get rid of the towel, new robe, and so on, and then continue on in.
Like a human car wash?
Exactly. It's like some movie. I mean, I grew up Star Trek.
What's that going to do to our linen costs, though?
Well, I mean, it's true, but ideally, this is temporary. And
is it temporary or is it the new,
new
normal?
The new norm.
They be the new norm. I mean, for example, we had a conversation to where if you're in a hammam or a steam room, then we would have to put down some type of a lolly or some type of a marker on the bench, and people are sitting 6 feet, sit on these markers 6 feet apart.
Put your butt here.
And it goes back to reservations. You're staggering guests coming into the facility, so you have to monitor capacity.
Right.
So therefore, you're putting only 4 people in a steam room, 18 people in a locker room because you have to monitor the distancing. So if you start thinking it through, then it's a domino effect on how to go about it. There's smarter people out there than me to help figure out these things. So it is a team.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with this,
Yeah. I'll just piggyback on the group piece to Cary's point. yeah, we've got, in our programming now, since we're in development, we're able to, that's definitely Anguilla.
Yes,
Perfect.
thank you. You hear my roosters? I'm trying to put it on mute.
Love it.
I used to live there as well. I was gonna say there's roosters everywhere.
Yeah. I just sent my partner to go chase them off.
Kimberly, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
put the screen up just a little bit so we have your full face. Just to push back to your
There you
camera.
go.
Yeah. I'm working off my phone right now. Sorry, the links were giving me a hard time.
But now we see your full face.
Okay.
Well, I was saying at Amrit, we put together, we've got group programs that are going to be very integral to all that we do spa and wellness wise. It's not just for the residential and the day spa piece, but we're targeting retreats and very specific group format programming that will be very enticing to an executive market, to a corporate market, to a local market. We'll offer a group wellness programming offering in a retreat session that our entire hydrotherapy circuit, Ayush, is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen designed. This is going to be a very special communal development. The indoor-outdoor spaces for yoga, Pilates, all of the wellness venue space is all designed to bring people together. And that's going to be a big part of it, not just an individual's experience, but the way we can bring groups together, the way we can assemble and effectively offer amazing communal services for them. It's a pretty cool design, and I'm very excited about it. So I think it's definitely the next generation of spa and wellness, but it has been influenced by the recent events, and a lot of what we are crafting now, fortunately, we are not opening till later in summer, so we've had time to reflect and retool our amazing offerings and menu. So the programming will reflect some great adaptations to what's going on in the world. So we're very appreciative of that and bonded more as a team because of it. So hopefully the group format will come across to our customers.
Love it. Well, I'll be first in line to try it out. You need some guinea pigs.
Hey, and I got to say,
Okay,
I had a conversation. Actually, Cary, I don't know if you remember, but you and I had a conversation on the phone. It was many years ago, but I was in Anguilla, where Kimberly is now. I was working at another property there at the time when it used to be Viceroy, and you and I were on the telephone having a discussion about another project you were working on in the Caribbean, actually in Anguilla. And I had a rooster running around my front yard, and the guy would not leave me alone. So here we go.
that is hysterical. We have a few questions from attendees. So the first one is from Rocco. Is anyone planning to fully sanitize their premises with a certified company?
I think it's a great idea. I guess that's how we're wired. Is to we need a company that has the credentials to come in and do it, versus Billy Bob from I'm going to make it safe. We know nothing about it. So I like the idea. I mean, I think that it's the old, sorry to use an old expression, but the one where one door closes and another window opens or something. So I think we're in this potential time of some hyper innovation and
hyper sanitization.
That too. It's opening up a lot of opportunity, which I know look at things, it's a sad state of affairs, but we have to keep our wits and think of better things. So therefore, I love some ideas that are popping up out of this, and actually probably be better for us anyway.
Mm-hmm. I don't know of any companies out there that offer that service, but that's certainly going to be in the SOP. Yes.
I do know of one person that is, particularly in the Caribbean, and they are working on Atlantis right now. I think particularly for the big expansive properties, it'll be important to have a separate company.
Right.
I can tell you that we're looking at a couple of different companies now that are providing bids for us on health and wellness environments for during construction, and how do I say this? Creating a hotel environment that has healthier air and oxygenation and purification processes to it. There's a number of companies out there that do it. No secret, a company called Pure Wellness. They've worked with quite a number of hotel companies throughout the industry, as well as Belmond has some specialty options and offerings for multiple components of room integration, help with clean air and filtration, circadian rhythm for sleep, and all kinds of good stuff. Pure Wellness has a patent on technology to create a layer of to treat rooms so that they're antibacterial and antimicrobial and virus killing. It's an ongoing program with either one that you do. They have options for HVAC to consider as well. There's another company called REM Halo, REME Halo, that does the ultraviolet purification system and an ionization system in your HVAC system, so you can retrofit any house or any commercial space. Sick buildings can be turned around as well. So all this ultraviolet therapy. I'm familiar. I've used one of them. I've used the REME Halo. I've not used the other two, so we're just in bid processes right now for what we would do with Amrit. But for those of you considering options out there, there's a few that I've worked with.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that's right. Did you say ultraviolet through the HVAC system?
Yeah, absolutely. Ultraviolet purification for HVAC improves IAQ. There's a ton of metrics on ultraviolet, and you can retrofit any existing HVAC system in a commercial space or a residential space with it. So, not sure what we'll actually do. But go ahead.
So, hypothetically, future forward, you go to an airport right now. We walk through the what is that system called? You walk through, they check your. Oh, come on.
Security checkpoint?
PSA?
Yes.
TSA?
TSA. We go through their equipment. Going back to what Cary, I know we forgot about them. Oh, missed that, all of you. So I wonder if this UV would also be integrated into the guest experience, where you walk through a door that through the light, they sanitize you and they check your temperature, and they're also checking your barcode as a human, your QR code, your record or history of wellness. And yeah, I can see it now.
Absolutely.
I wanted to share with you all out there, speaking of sanitization, it's been a heck of a deal trying to find sanitizing wipes. Just shout out to Universal Companies and this company called Rejuvenate. They're really great wipes, and you can see on the back, we have everything from virucidal, bactericidal, tuberculocidal, fungicidal in one wipe. This is a little advertisement for your health and wellness, but they're offering some free sanitization courses. You can have a certificate in understanding that disinfecting and sanitization. So just a shout out there, because we're all increasing our level of knowledge, understanding, layering on the science, and being well together with these new methods.
Thank you, Kim. I think that's really important, because even my staff, I have currently 10 staff members that they're concerned about the sanitation when we go back to work.
Yes.
Right.
And I think it's awesome that these courses are out there, and we should encourage our healthcare providers to look into them, or our companies to support them, take them as well.
They're free. They're there for you in any platforms.
Good.
Even Yale's happiness course is on offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question from Camille. Is there a way to measure or check if a space is purified? Or not? No.
An app for that. Would there be an app for that?
Good question.
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's upcoming, and I'm sure it's in the creative works. like you said, didn't you come across an app on your phone where you can check air quality in a space, Cary, or that's a future hunter?
It's coming, but
Mhm.
with the website, I believe it's IQ Air or IQ Air Quality.
Okay.
I mean, I can include that when I submit the Trend Hunter stuff. But you can look pretty much anywhere in the world. You can just type in your location, and it will give you the air quality. It's amazing.
Of the external space of that.
No,
Air
I mean,
quality
it's
was measured.
like, for example, we pulled up Whitefish, Montana, and our address, and I got the air quality of where we live. Yeah, so you can do it for anywhere in the world. Even in Oklahoma, you can do that. Yeah.
Doug Chambers.
Yeah.
We lost everyone as
Yes.
far as seeing you, but
Your
we're still here.
connection seems to be low, but we're still on audio. Can you hear us out there?
We
Yes.
hear you perfect.
Great.
Sammy Garagini has a question.
Stephanie, it was garbled. Please repeat.
Sammy has a question. I'm just waiting.
Someone said that they took the certification course that I was mentioning with Universal Companies. It was very informative.
Oh, good.
And someone else said that they absolutely want to see plant healing and planet healing in the future.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Absolutely. Plant-based healing and healing the planet through our efforts as wellness leaders.
I can tell you we are at Amrit, we are doing pure plant-based nutrition. So we're partnering with the Matthew Kinney Group on our culinary program, and our spa cafe, spa restaurant will be all plant-based nutrition.
That's it. Cary and I are primarily plant-based, and we're still thriving, if not feeling better than ever. So it seems to be the way to be an enlightened human and help the planet too. That's wonderful, David.
Read.
Michelle mentioned there's a Sterilumen has a UVC backlit mirror for guest bathrooms as well. It's an amazing technology offering UVC light. That's in the chat from Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
Yes.
Jason Wolf. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be with you all.
Give me a halo. There we go.
Definitely.
Halo.
Hey, Jason.
Well, that's all for today. I guess we will wrap it up if there's no other questions.
Cannon.
I have a system that I installed in my home for air purification. I will show you the brochure, and you can install it yourself and check them out. But it's a RGF Environmental Group, and it's that Halo technology. So
Halo
that's it right there.
Brilliant. Michelle Rourke of FIA. You'll love this, Kimberly Ackerman of Belmond. She
Hi,
says-
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. She states there's definitely a reemergence of ancient plant wisdom. People are looking for this.
Ah, yes.
Sammy Garini says the customer's behavior will change after this crisis in terms of spa services. We will need a new level of trust. Things are totally going to change.
Very true.
Awesome.
And I want to thank everyone for creating this space, because it's going to evolve. We don't know how it's going to evolve, but we have to be that creator of that change and how we're going to move forward in our industry.
True.
That's it.
It is.
That's it. And beyond the worry and the fear, just to open up and allow the flow of inspiration, because it's there for us. We're really pulling together and realizing this golden thread of connectedness, oh my gosh, the fragility of our life and the planet. So we've got to do this together. Cord Cone sends his love to everyone. He says, sending vibrant health and love to each of you all. Bless you and love to all beings.
Thanks.
And then, Kim, do you want to mention what you have happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes.
Can you
please
repeat?
join us, same time, same bat channel. It's the first of a 10 series, Hemp Healing and Cannabis Wellness. I am really delighted to be interviewing doctors, scientists, and entrepreneurs in the hemp and cannabis space to help us build this bridge of plant-based healing, hemp and cannabis into the wellness world. So, Stephanie, thank you for creating this forum and bringing us all together like this.
Thank you.
Truly grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all, and by tomorrow I'll have tech sorted out a little bit more. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Take care. Take care. Thank you.
Blessings.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you,
Bye,
Kimberly.
guys.
Bye,
Yes,
guys.
Take care.
appreciate you all.
Yeah. If you get a chance, get on the Amrit website, get on amritocean.com. We've got live events going almost every evening where we're doing our wellness program. So all
wow.
virtual, totally free to the public. We've got some amazing guest speakers and guest wellness providers. It's been pretty cool. The series has been fantastic, and it's open to everyone. With amritocean.com, and you'll see the link at top, and just go to the wellness series. And we're on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and we've got some real special people that have been doing events for like 5 to 6 p.m. or 6 to 7 p.m. or even 4 to 5. It's just wonderful. So
Thank you,
if you get a
David.
chance,
Thank you for sharing.
add it to your virtual schedule.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks again, guys. I'm going to sign off.
I'll chat. Good to see you. Let me know if I can do
Bye-bye.
anything.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.